Clothes dryers serve a pretty obvious purpose. When you're shopping for one, you know this for sure. You want a dryer that'll get your clothes dry fast, ideally without damaging them. But if you haven't bought a dryer for yourself, or if it's been a while, you might not know there are two basic types, gas and electric. Hi, I'm Elise with Designer Appliances.
We're New Jersey's premier independent appliance retailer, and we're the only appliance store that makes it our top priority to take the confusion out of shopping. Have you ever looked behind your dryer to see what it runs on? No worries if you haven't. I'm here to help you figure out what you've got.
Or you might be starting from scratch, building a new home or laundry room. Great! We'll help you decide whether gas or electric is best for your situation. It's kind of similar to a stove. Both fuel types have pros and cons. We'll walk through them all. Have any questions before we get going? Post them in the comments section below and we'll get you an expert answer. For starters, let's identify whether your house is equipped for a gas or electric dryer. Why? Not checking the fuel source before buying is one of the most common mistakes our customers make. They'll end up getting an electric dryer when their house is actually equipped for gas. On the flip side, you might assume you have a gas dryer if you have a gas stove, but that's not necessarily true. Confirming your fuel source can save you time, money, and a big headache come delivery day. First, check your connection. Look behind your dryer. Most electric dryers run on 240 volts, but gas dryers plug into a standard 120 volt outlet. 240 volt plugs tend to be noticeably larger and have an industrial looking outlet. If your home was built before 2000, it'll have 3 prongs. After 2000, they have 4. If your plug looks like one of these, chances are you have an electric dryer. Gas dryers tend to have a regular size plug. You'll also likely see a gas hose attached to the back. It tends to be yellow. You can also take a look at your electrical panel. If the breaker for your dryer is a double slot breaker and it's marked with 30 amps or higher, you've got an electric dryer. Next, check your new dryer. One surefire way to confirm if the model you're interested in buying runs on gas or electric is to Google the model number. This number usually appears on a silver sticker on the dryer door or nearby. You'll also find it on the spec sheet posted on the retailer's website. Before we get into the benefits of electric versus gas dryers, do you have any questions? Ask away in the comments below. Now that you know what you've got, let's take a look at which is better. We like to consider these 4 factors. Number 1, which is more efficient? It depends. Gas dryers generally do the job faster and use less energy. That's because electric energy has to turn heat from a power plant into electricity, send it to your home, and then convert it back into heat to dry your clothes. Gas simply combusts in your dryer and turns into heat. That's much faster, and there's almost no loss of heat in the process. That also makes gas a more environmentally friendly option. The only exception would be if you produce your own solar energy. Number 2, which costs less upfront? Electric dryers do. Their sticker price tends to be around $100 less than gas dryers. Number 3, which costs less over time? In the long term, gas dryers win. Because gas runs hotter than electric, it cuts your drying time and your electric bill.
According to the Natural Resources Defense Council, gas dryers cost from 50 to 75% less to run than an electric dryer.
And number 4, which dries clothes faster? I already alluded to how gas dryers slash drying time. Because they generate more heat, gas dryers win. We often get asked whether you could convert an existing electric dryer to gas or vice versa. The simple answer, no. They're built differently. If you're buying a new dryer, it's also a fairly involved project to run a gas line to your laundry room. However, if you want to switch from gas to electric, it's not too labor intensive to have an electrician put in a 240 volt outlet. Overall, gas dryers have more to recommend them. They may cost more upfront, but they're more energy and cost efficient, and they dry clothes faster. Still, that doesn't mean you should get a gas line installed if you don't have one already. Relatively few US households, especially outside the Northeast, have ready access to a gas line. Our advice? Switching from electric to gas makes sense only if you wash 5 or more loads a week and plan on staying in your current home for the next 5 years. If that's not the case, it's really not worth it. It'll take at least 2 years to recoup your investment. Do you hate or love your current dryer? Tell us all about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our channel where we provide helpful tips and advice that will make you an educated appliance shopper.